Number 95, Dave Schulich Jr. Third row on the inside, former feature winner here at the Oswego Speedway from Oswego. In the Oswego Health, number 11, Eric Iosu. Iosu in the 11th, third row on the inside. Outside in row number 3, it's the 83 of Little Dog, Louis LeVay Jr. LeVay out of Hannibal, New York in the number 83. Rounding out the field in that fourth row, from Brick, New Jersey, the NH3 Plus number 14 of Joey Payne. Payne in the 14 starting inside in row number 4. And, Joe, we want to talk about this guy for a minute. Starting outside in the fourth row from Charlotte, North Carolina, in the number 8, Crazy 8, is Max McLaughlin, a second-generation driver here at the Oswego Speedway. The number 8 is a number that has been closed out at the Oswego Speedway. However, in this case, and I know you're related to the Champagne family, they have made an arrangement with them to run the car as the Crazy 8 with several stipulations.
Right. I believe if, let's say, Tyler got into the car, then it would have to go to number 88.
But why was Max allowed to run it at the Crazy 8?
Because of Mike Magic Shoes McLaughlin.
Yeah, Magic
always
Shoes
ran Crazy 8 here.
And he and Champagne were good friends back then. Champagne was a mentor of his when he entered the Supermodified division.
Definitely. Yep.
And so that is why he is being allowed. Now, they talked to the Champagne family about it. As Joe just said, it can't run with any other driver. It's the Crazy 8. It'll show as the 8 on the scoreboard. Cannot run with any other driver. If any other driver gets in the car, it will be numbered 88.
Maybe later I'm going to tell the story how I gave Mike McLaughlin the nickname of Magic Shoes.
Magic Shoes, yeah.
And that has stuck with him for probably 30, 40 years.
And the Crazy 8 getting fired up. He got a few laps in practice. I didn't think he was going to race the car tonight, but obviously he is. Got a few laps in practice. Looked pretty good in it. He'll be starting at the rear of the field. It's his first time in a Supermodified. He's had good success in other divisions and several dirt track wins for various drivers. Max McLaughlin. They call him Mad Max.
Did he not win a race at Watkins Glen, also a road race?
That I don't know.
Max did, yes.
Mike McVetta, the 22, the 3 of Doug Didero in row number 1. Danny Connors, the 01, 95 DJ Schulich in row 2. 11 Eric Iosu, 83 Louis LeVay Jr. in the third row. Fourth row, 14 Joey Payne, and the 8 of Max McLaughlin. Yellow flag staying on the track. Probably next time by or the time after that, the white flag will come out. Now we got a car that's spun over between 3 and 4. And I believe it's the 3 of Didero. Boy, that would be an unusual thing. Oh, you got it on the camera over there. Yeah, he's sitting wrong way 2 on the track. Don't believe he hit anything. No damage to the car. No puddle of oil underneath the car or any fluids like that. SBS feature lineup is posted. Small block Supermodified, your feature lineup is posted. Vern Lefebvre, who had trouble with the 350 Wing Supermodified in his heat race, never got it up to speed at all. He's been working on the car in the pit area. He's going to fire it up and see if they maybe have the issue solved. Meanwhile, they get ready to push around the 3 of Didero.
I see crew chief Chip over there working on the car. I think he's got it all figured out.
Glad to see Chip back. He had a little health scare during the off time.
Yes, he did. He was telling me about it today. He had 5 stints put in, he's told me.
And, of course, with Chip, it's always you got to find the light side.
I know it.
He had some good lines.
There were some lines and words we cannot put over the PA system.
Well, the funniest one, he said that when he was being transported in the ambulance, one of the ambulance crew says, "Oh, so this is the first time you've been in an ambulance since you were driving the small block." And the number 3 of Didero is going into the pits. Second Supermodified heat race lining up in the pit area as Didero brings the 3 in. That's not a good sign. Of course, he just probably wants a quick check on it and get it back out on the track. Well, it stopped over there. The yellow flag staying out. The 3 is in the pits with a push vehicle in behind it. Track safety crew talking to him. And I think he's coming out on the track down the short chute. I guess they decided that was the easiest way to turn him around. So he will, they're putting him at the rear of the field. Goes from the outside pole to 4th row outside. Mike McVetta will now be joined in the front row. Well, the 3 is going up to the front. Let's see if that stays. They changed the lineup on the board. In fact, I think the lineup on the board has nothing to do with the lineup on the track. They got Louis LeVay Jr. starting on the pole. I'll give it to you one more time. The pole is the 22 Mike McVetta. Outside pole, the 3 of Didero. Second row inside 01 Danny Connors. Outside the 95 of DJ Schulich. Third row inside the 11 of Eric Iosu. Outside in the third row, 83 Louis LeVay Jr. Fourth row on the inside, the Jersey Jet, Joey Payne. And the Crazy 8 of Max McLaughlin. Speaking of the Jersey Jet, I talked to Johnny Payne today. He's planning on making a comeback in a 350 wing Supermodified. Yeah. So they go side by side over there between 3 and 4. Coming off the 4th corner, Donnie Forbes has that white flag in hand. Next time by, we'll be going racing here at the Oswego Speedway for the Supermodifieds. White flag is out. The first Supermodified heat. There will be 3 of them. 25 Supermodifieds in the pit area. 17 small block Supermodifieds and 14 of the 350 winged Supermodifieds. Field going slowly behind the Burritt Motor Company pace truck. That'll be pulling into the rear pit gate entrance. And the field goes into the hands of the front row. McVetta and Didero coming down off the corner. Forbes looks him over. Green flag is out. Didero off that outside front row starting spot. I would have put money on that one. Didero grabs the lead. McVetta running in second. Here's a battle for third now. Schulich takes over the number 3 spot from the 01 of Danny Connors. Down to the inside. Man, they are shucking and jiving all the way through the field. But out front, the number 3 of Doug Didero. 11 of Eric Iosu has made a move up into the number 5 spot, followed by the Crazy 8 of Max McLaughlin. Then the 83 of LeVay Jr., the 14 of Joey Payne, your race leader, pulling away the number 3, Doug Didero. Out in front, the 3, sponsored by Tammy 10 Media. Out of Canada, he has got the race lead. Here's a shape-up battle now for the number 2 spot. McVetta has the 95 of Schulich alongside him. Schulich on the outside of the 95. McVetta off the corner, inside. Schulich outside. McVetta hangs on to the spot of the number 22. 3 laps have been completed. 12 in the Supermodified heat races. Didero out in front, pulling away. McVetta running in the number 2 spot. Schulich is third. Good run for Danny Connors. He is up in the number 4 spot. Followed by the 11 of Eric Iosu in 5th. Mad Max McLaughlin is in 6th. Followed by LeVay in the 83, LeVay Jr. And the 14 of Joey Payne. Didero out in front, coming down the front chute. And Didero cranks off a lap of 16.917. 16.917 as the Crazy 8 goes to the pits. McLaughlin was running well. Elects to take the car into the pit area. Down the front chute, out in front, the cross flag. 6 down, 6 to go. Didero has this one well in hand right now. Didero, the number 3, is your race leader. Mike McVetta hanging on to second. Schulich has challenged him a couple of times, but hasn't been able to make a move on him. Schulich is in third, the number 95. 01, Danny Connors in fourth. 11 of Eric Iosu running out the top 5 as Didero shows the talent he has here at the Oswego Speedway, a many-time super modified feature winner, classic winner, track champion. Did a lot of that with the team of Skip Matzak, and that is why he runs the number 3. It's in tribute to his former owner, Skip Matzak, out of New England. Out in front, the Doug Didero, number 3, pulling away from Medveda and Schulich. They are running second and third. Schulich has dropped back just a little bit in the battle for second. Danny Connors running in fourth. The 11 of Eric Iosu running out the top 5. Filling out the field, 83 of LeVay Jr. and the 14 of Payne. Down the front straight, the race leader coming around as they pass the start-finish line this time. 2 laps to go. Didero out in front with an easy run here at the Oswego Speedway. Started outside of the front row. Pole sitter Mike McVetta had no chance at the drop of the green. Didero was on it and gone. McVetta has held on to second ever since and still runs in the number 2 spot. The white flag is out. DJ Schulich going to make a run on McVetta here on the last lap. Tries to go to the outside, can't do it. Didero down into turn number 3. McVetta pulls away a little bit from Schulich in the battle for second and third. Off the corner, checkered flag is out. The win goes to the number 3 of Doug Didero. Mike McVetta hangs on for second. Dave Schulich Jr. is third. Danny Connors Jr. is fourth. Eric Iosu rounds out the top 5, followed by Louis LeVay Jr. and the 14 of Joey Payne. The Crazy 8 of Mad Max McLaughlin ended up in the pit area. That is super modified heat number 1, heat number 2, and here's Joe.
And here's the way they're going to be going away to the post. Going away on the pole out of Oswego, New York in car number 52 in the Chris Burgess photo. Port City collision. Car number 52 is going to be Dave Danzer. On the outside in car number 05, third generation driver here at the Speedway. Out of Beeville, New York in the A&P Auto, Boss Snowplows, car number 05, Jeff Abel. Row number 2 on the inside. Keep your eyes on this guy. Car number 98 out of Fulton, New York. He was the 2019 Classic champion. Car number 98, Tyler Thompson. On the outside in the 4th starting position, aboard the 0 in the Rabies Ace Hardware, Oswego Quality Carpets, car number 0, it's going to be Timmy Snyder. Next row on the inside, car number 2 will be Mike Bruce. Mike Bruce in car number 2. Mike, of course, out of Oswego, New York, in the Woodchuck Saloon, J&S Paving, car number 2. On the outside, car number 32. I guess he's going to be a regular here this year in the Ken's Collision. Out of Vickery, Ohio, car number 32, Mo Lilly. And Mo Lilgy. Guess I got that right. Camden Proud goes inside of row number 4. Camden aboard car number 54. Camden had quite a busy winter traveling all over Finland and up in that area. He is sponsored by Ken's Body Shop. He's out of Oswego, New York. Camden Proud going away inside of row number 4. And on the outside, I used to call him the Mighty Mopar, but no longer the Mighty Mopar. Out of Fulton, New York, in the Longley Dodge, Cool Kitty Toys, car number 90, Jack Patrick. Patrick going away in that 8th starting position. Third qualifying heat lining up in the pit area. .350 Supermodifieds. We want you on ready, get ready to go when we finish the Supermodified qualifying heats. Dave Danzer, car number 52 on the pole. Jeff Abel, car number 05 on the outside of row number 1. Tyler Thompson, car number 98 inside of row number 2. On the outside, it's going to be Timmy Snyder in the 0. Mike Bruce, row number 3 on the inside. Mo Lilly on the outside. Lil G in car number 32 on the outside of row number 3. Camden Proud in the 54 inside of row number 4. And Jack Patrick, car number 90. Giving it a couple of extra laps to get some heat in those Hoosier tires. Third qualifying heat for the Supermodifieds being lined up in the pit area as we speak. Trying to move this program right along. I understand it is a little chilly out there. Burritt Motors Chevrolet Pace Truck, bringing them down the back straightaway. I believe white flag is going to be coming out this time. No, I stand corrected. It is not coming out this time.
Keith Zare has arrived.
Keith Zare is in the house.
And ESS Sprints are running, we're over by Batavia somewhere.
Genesee Speedway?
That's it, yeah. Yep.
Okay, they're going to double up, and this time they're going to be coming to white. They need a few extra laps to get some heat in those Hoosier tires. Obviously, I don't have to tell you, it's a little chilly out there in that grandstand. So just think of the temperature on the Speedway racing surface. Ganser in the 52, Abold in the 05, up in row number 1. Jeff Abold, a former Classic winner. As I said earlier, a third-generation driver of the Abold family. Pacing down in turn number 2, the Burritt Motors Chevrolet Pace Truck will drop down onto the inside, and we are going to be getting ready to go green when they come out of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Tyler Thompson kind of looking over there at the Timmy Snyder 0 car. I don't know what he's trying to look at. Moving around down in between turns number 3 and 4. The green lights are on, and down they come, and what a drag race down the front straightaway. It is Abold on the bottom part of the speedway. Abold trying to go up onto the outside coming in, but down on the bottom it's Danzer, and we got a looper coming at the halfway point of the back straightaway. It's the Mike Bruce, car number 2 car. So no laps have been completed. I got to tell you, that racing surface has got to be extremely cold, and they are just not hooking up until probably they get 7, 8, 9 laps of racing in the Hoosier tires. So Dave Danzer will go back into the number 1 spot. Abold right there on the outside in car number 05. Tyler Thompson will go back into the number 3 spot. And Mike Bruce stands on a little bit. Doesn't want to spin it out. And they're going to double up and go white flag this time around, meaning they're going to get a start next time. Hey, I'd like to thank all the people that are here with us tonight, and like to thank all the people that are watching us on FloRacing, the official live stream partner here at the Oswego Speedway. Pace truck bringing them down off the high side of turn number 2. Now drops down onto the inside. Lorraine Kisselstein doing the chauffeuring again this year of the Burritt Motors Chevrolet Pace truck. As they bring it down into turn number 3. Danzer and Abold up there in that number 1 spot. Watch them now as they start to pick it up with those big block Chevrolets, and the green lights come on. Down they come. A good drag race coming down that front straightaway. Bottom part, Danzer into the number 1 spot. Abold shuffles up to the outside, and everybody looking for room to go racing. Look at Tyler. Tyler in car number 98. He rides down on the bottom part of the speedway. They bring it around to complete lap number 1. Danzer to quick car with a 17.324. Then Abold, then Snyder, then Tyler Thompson. Mo Lilji in the number 32 rounds out the top 5. Bruce is back there in the number 6 spot. Off of turn 4, they bring it down here. Let's see who's going to be the quick one this time around. A 16.913 for Danzer, your leader. And Danzer is very impressive as he opens up almost a quarter of a straightaway lead Abold still back there in the number 2 spot. A 16:9:13 lap for your leader, a 16:7:37 now for your leader coming off of turn number 2 and going down the back straightaway. Your third place is still Timmy Snyder and Tyler Thompson in car number 98, hanging on for that number 4 qualifying spot. Lil G rounding out the top 5. They race coming off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Your leader again with a quick lap, this time a 16:6:16. 16:6:16 for your leader, as he is just absolutely flying and trying to run away from the pack. He races off of turn 2. 16:8:29 for Abold, who's running in the number 2 spot. Not a shabby time at all, but your leader is really hooked here at the halfway point coming down the front straightaway. 6 in, 6 to go. They race going down to the turn number 1. Abold still running second. Snyder, Thompson running out the top 4. Mo Lilji back there in the number 5 spot. Mike Bruce running in position number 6. Your leader went a 16:5:40 on that last lap. They race coming off of 4 and down the front straightaway. A puff of smoke, and we've got yellow. It's the number 98 of Tyler Thompson, as he apparently launched something in that power plant going right down into turn number 1. Boy, and that's a bad break. Tyler was running 4th, turned the last lap with a 16:8:50, and that engine let loose going right down into turn number 1. Track safety crew over there to check it out. I think that's all they're going to have to do is push him in the pit area. They're going to be checking the track out, see how much oil is laid down.
And 5 Mile Point is running.
Oh, way down there. Andrew Harpel, the promoter. So Chemung, 5 Mile Point, Genesee.
Probably Orange County.
I would imagine down that far, yeah.
Fonda.
Fonda was expected to run, yes.
Yep.
We're watching the replay on it right now, and he entered turn number 1 and started the smoke, and then it really exploded right in between turns number 1 and 2. He had enough speed to go around. This is going to be interesting. They've got a backup car in the pit area tonight. It's the Crazy 8. Now, in the event that he does bring that car out, it has to be renumbered as 88.
Right. Be interesting to see if they make that decision or not.
Right. And the crew is out there with the speedy dry, taking care of it from the midway portion of the, almost to the middle of the back straightaway. And it looks like they don't have to go too much further.
And Thunder Mountain.
And Thunder Mountain is racing.
Just a lot running tonight. More that are running that are not running.
Well, it's good to see people or the races going on.
And I hope they all have good crowds like we have here. Good
One
crowd tonight.
crowd. We haven't had a count in a long time on the 50-50.
No, they're probably counting it up. Yeah, but the last time we had was 1,300. One more super modified heat race coming up. Then we start the features. 350 wing super modifieds are first.
I just got a feeling we're going to win that 50-50 tonight.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Well, my friend Dennis Peglow sent us a message. He's watching on Flow TV here tonight. I believe he's still living in Rochester.
I'd like to see what the numbers are on Flow, because we've had a lot of people comment that they're watching on Flow Racing all over the country.
More than we've ever had.
Yeah. Certainly more than was on Asphalt Vision.
So it looks like the track is cleaned up. Track safety crew doing a great job as always. Pulls into the pit area. They'll probably take a couple laps to go through it. There's 5 laps to go. 7 completed laps. Leader continuing to be Dave Danzer. His quick lap down in the 16s. Jeff Abald in the number 2 spot. Timmy Snyder running in the number 3 spot. Tyler Thompson was running 4th, but now Mo Lilji will be up there into the number 4 spot. Then Mike Bruce, Camden Proud, and Jack Patrick. Pace truck remaining out there right now. They're checking with the pace truck. See if we need another lap. White flag will be coming out next time around. .350s, be ready. After the final super modified heat, we have one more final heat to go after this one.
Yeah, they had to run through the speedy drive back there. Quite a bit was laid down from where the 98 blew the engine or whatever he did and lost a hose, whatever. They are looking at the car, but I don't see a lot of work going on.
All right, white flag coming out and a point up to turn number 3. Boy, Dave Danzer's really hooked up tonight. I mean, he started on the pole, but boy, I got to tell you, he was really laying down some great time. All right, they start to wind up them big black Chevrolets and the green lights come on, and down they come off the corner. Down in between turns number 1 and 2, down the front straightaway. And Abald still right there in the number 2 spot. He tried to get a run on it, couldn't do it. Still running third, it's Snyder. Top 3 all hooked right together as they rumble down the back straightaway, going down in between turns number 3 and 4. Snyder trying to go up to the outside. Snyder with a good run up onto the outside. Can't get it done, though. The lap time a little bit slower this time, a 17:3:44 for your leader. But, of course, the track now a little bit greasy, and they're a little bit cautious. So they work down in between turns number 3 and 4, bring it down. When they cross the line, it's going to be 3 to go as they race down in the front straightaway. Danzer still up there in that number 1 spot. Now he's getting the time down again. He went at 16:9:50. He's back into the 16-second bracket, and, boy, I got to tell you, he is hauling the mail. They bring it down here in the front. Working off of two laps to go. They're going to go down into turn number 3. The rear end of the leader kicks out a little bit down in between the corners, but he may be just testing the surface. 1 to go in the lap time, a 16:670, and opens up almost a quarter of a straightaway lead. Dave Danzer taking it down in between turns 3 and 4, looks up, checkered flag is in the air, and he is going to take the win. Danzer, the winner. Abald is second. Snyder is third. Lilji is fourth. Then it's Bruce, Proud, Jack Patrick, and Tyler Thompson will be credited with the number 8 position. That is qualifying heat number 2. We're just about set to go with the third and final super modified qualifying heat.
And they're going to put them on the line in this order, starting on the pole. The Hustler, and the number 68 out of Liverpool. Driving the Joe's Jerky J&S Paving, 68, Michael Barnes. Barnes in the 68 is on the pole. Outside the front row, the 02, Brandon Bellinger. Bellinger from Fulton And the Bellinger Auto Sales and Service, Durant Farms, number 02. Bellinger outside in row number 1. Second row on the inside for Canajoharie. The Rosselli Northern Core Pack, Five Brothers Produce, Torbert Farms, number 7, Otto Sitterly. Sitterly and the 7 on the inside of row 2. Outside in that second row, the 39 from Lindell, Pennsylvania, that is Allison Slode. Slowed in the core pack, Rosselli Northern, number 39, starting on the outside of row number 2. Third row on the inside. From Valney, the Buskey Collision 66 of Louis LeVay Sr. Big Dog LeVay Sr. is on the inside of row number 3. Outside in that third row from Baldwinsville. In the number 15, it is Michael Muldoon. Muldoon in the 15, starting outside in row number 3. Inside in the fourth row from Oswego, behind the wheel of the two flags, number 99, the Nuclear Banana. That is Jerry Curran. Curran in the 99, inside in row number 3. Rounding out the field, fourth row on the outside from Oswego, it is Hal LaTulip. A former Rookie of the Year here at the Oswego Speedway. LaTulip starting outside in row number 4. Six of the 8 drivers in this race have won a super modified feature here at the Oswego Speedway, at least one. And 2 of them have won the International Classic. One of them has the all-time lap speed record. So you got a lot of muscle here at the third and final super modified heat race. Michael Barnes, Brandon Bellinger, Otto Sitterly, Allison Slode, Michael Muldoon, and Jerry Curran have all won super modified features here at the Oswego Speedway. Otto Sitterly has won the International Classic. Brandon Bellinger has the track record with a 15.769 second lap. '98, Tyler Thompson is out for the night. The '98, Tyler Thompson is out for the night. Yellow flag staying out as we get ready to go with the start of the third and final heat race here at the Oswego Speedway. The final qualifying race for the night. Coming up next will be the 350 winged super modified feature. Michael Barnes, Brandon Bellinger. Watch the shootout at the start of this one, with Barnes and Bellinger in the front row, and right behind him Otto Sitterly and Allison Slode. Allison has had a bit of a handling problem with that number 39 tonight. Twice during the practice she has spun the car. She got her first and only super modified feature win on opening day 2019 here at the Oswego Speedway. She is the only woman here or anywhere ever to win a super modified feature event. From Lindell, Pennsylvania. Eight cars ready to go to the flags of starter Donnie Forbes as they are still running single file. Now they double them up down there between 3 and 4. Looking at him coming off the fourth corner, Donnie has the white flag out. So next time around, we'll go racing the final qualifying race of the night, the third super modified heat race. We've already had 3 small block super modified heat races and 2 350 winged super modified heat races. Barnes and Bellinger in the front row, Sitterly and Slode teammates in row number 2. Both of those cars are owned by Johnny Nicotra. Louis LeVay and Michael Muldoon. The third row, Jerry Curran, Hal LaTulip rounding out the field. Lorraine Kesselstein brings the Motor Company Chevrolet down into the infield area off turn 3. The field now in the hands of the front row. Michael Barnes and Brandon Bellinger, they start to pick it up. They are side by side coming off the corner. Green flag from starter Donnie Forbes. Down the front chute. It is Bellinger off that outside front row starting spot, but Barnes right back to the inside. Sitterly watches him from row number 2. Sitterly running in the third spot as Barnes is on the inside. Bellinger takes the lead going around between 3 and 4. Now Barnes trying to challenge back. Sitterly right on his tail, running in the number 3 spot. Allison slowed his fourth. Muldoon tries to get underneath the 66 of LeVay. Couldn't quite do it. Jerry Curran running at the rear of the field. Here's the race for the lead, coming down between 3 and 4. Off that fourth corner, the 0-2, Brandon Bellinger hanging on to the top spot as Hal LaTulip takes the 56 into the pits. LaTulip out of the action in the number 56. Down into turn number 3 now. Bellinger hanging on, but Barnes really working him over. Barnes in that number 2 spot, trying to come underneath the 0-2 of Brandon Bellinger. Bellinger hangs on to the lead. Barnes right there in the number 2 spot. Sitterly content right now to run third. Allison slowed his fourth, rounding out the top 5 is the 66 of Louis LeVay Sr. Michael Muldoon tried repeatedly to get by the 66 and couldn't do it. So he sits back in the number 6 position. Bellinger out in front. Again, Barnes looking down to the inside. Couldn't make the pass down here between 1 and 2. Bellinger gets a bite coming out of turn 2. Pulls away by a couple of car lengths. Bellinger out in front. Here's Barnes now trying to tighten it back up. They come around a complete lap number 5. Bellinger out in front. Barnes running second. Sitterly just hanging back there in the number 3 spot. Doesn't want to get involved in a fracas here in the first heat race of the night. We got a yellow flag coming out for the 15 of Michael Muldoon. Muldoon brings out the yellow down here, just going out of turn number 1. That slows the field down. Track safety crew waving the field down to the inside of the track. They'll jump out over there and get the 15 straightened around. I was talking to Michael's dad, Mike Muldoon, at the open practice here. Talked to him for quite a while. He built 4 cars during that long off season, the year and a half of not racing. He built 4 cars. He said 2 of them are built specifically to run as 350s. 2 of them are built to run specifically as Supermodifieds. However, he has designed the car so that they can easily switch from being a big block to a small block. I asked him if the cars were for sale. He said, nope, I just felt like building them. He said, I had a long time. I don't work. I wanted to get something done, so I built 4 cars. There you go. Michael Muldoon, the 15, has one of those 4 cars out here tonight. The 45 350 Supermodified of Craig Harrod, that is a Muldoon chassis. And Muldoon will catch the rear of the field. He'll be running behind the 99 of Jerry Curran, as the 56 of LaTulip will get credited with 8. He has already gone into the pits. Good battle for the number 1 spot as Brandon Bellinger started on that outside front row. Grabbed the lead right here at the green flag and has held it all the way, but Michael Barnes has challenged him just about every inch of the way. Sitterly has been content to run in third, not challenging the 2 race leaders at this point. I don't think you'll see that same situation going on in the feature. If Sitterly is on the track, he'll be going for the lead. 0-2 Bellinger out in front. 68 Barnes running second. 7 of Sitterly is third. He is a 9-time Oswego Speedway track champion. 6-time International Classic winner. Allison slowed right behind him, running in fourth. 66 Louis LeVay Sr., big dog in the number 5 spot. 99 Jerry Curran running 6th. The 15 of Muldoon will restart in 7th. And LaTulip will get credited with 8th. As I said, he is already in the pit area. 350 Wing Supermodified feature coming up next, followed by the small block Supermodifieds. And then the Supermodifieds. 25 laps for the 350s. 30 laps for the SBS. and 50 laps for the Supermodifieds. We've got the green flag back out over in turn 3. Barnes looks to the outside. Now Sitterly tries to get a little racy. Sitterly in that number 7. Sets back in 3rd. Bellinger out in front. Barnes is running 2nd. We are running in lap number 6. When they come around this time, they will get the cross flag. 6 down, 6 to go. 12 laps the length for the Supermodified heat races. There's the cross flags from starter Donnie Forbes. Bellinger has led them all. He is out in front, pulls away by a car length or 2, but Barnes tightens it right back up, looking down to the inside, going into turn 3. Bellinger hangs on to the lead. Barnes running 2nd. Staying about 4 or 5 car lengths back, it is the number 7 of Otto Sitterly. Allison Slode runs in 4th. Rounding out the top 5 is the 66 of Louis LeVay. Here's Barnes now down to the inside of the 0-2. Gets a wheel in there between 3 and 4. But Bellinger battles back on the outside. Here comes Barnes down to the inside. Your leaders down the front chute. Barnes is underneath Bellinger down in the corner. Michael Barnes takes the race lead. Barnes going around Bellinger the hard way. Finally makes the pass and takes off out in front. Barnes is the leader. Bellinger running in 2nd. Otto Sitterly rounds out the top 3 as your leaders have just 2.5 laps to go here for the 3rd and final Supermodified heat race. Now Sitterly going to work on Bellinger. Sitterly wants to get up to the number 2 spot. Meanwhile, Barnes out in front. He is pulling away. Michael Barnes, the hustler, in the number 68. Here's Sitterly making a run down to the inside of the 0-2 of Bellinger. Barnes out in front. Bellinger 2nd. Here's Sitterly now down to the inside. Couldn't make it happen. Going down into turn number 3. Bellinger hanging on to the number 2 spot. White flag is out. Michael Barnes just hauling mail out in front. Bellinger hanging on to 2nd. Sitterly right there 3rd. Is he going to make a run for the number 2 spot? I don't think so. Barnes out in front. Checkered flag is out, and Barnes gets the win. Bellinger hangs on to 2nd. Sitterly backed off the pace for 3rd. Allison Slode finishes in 4th. Louis LeVay Sr. is 5th. Michael Barnes finishes 6th. Jerry Curran, the 99, is 7th. Rounding out the field, the 56 of Hal LaTulip. So there you have all the heat races. The 350 Wing Supermodified heat races were won by John Leonard and Mike Nedishin. Small block Supermodified heat races taken by Cameron Rowe, Josh Sokolik, and Brad Haynes. And the Supermodified heats won by Doug Didero, Dave Danzer, and that one just won by Michael Barnes. 350 Wing Supermodifieds coming up next, and here's Joe.
Okay, and they have already been called, and they're heading up.
The final 50-50 total, $1,903. I think that is the biggest regular Saturday night ever. $1,903 going to go to the winner of tonight's 50-50. Great job by the 50-50 sellers, led by Debbie Ritzkis.
There you go. Well, here we go with the lineup, 25 laps for the 350.